Emma, can you tell us a little bit about your portfolio?
So my portfolio is youth and citizenship. So that incorporates three or four strands of the council. So the first is youth. So that includes the youth council and different services we do to do with young people. And it's currently incorporating as well the council doing a review of educational attainment, so that's falling under that. It also includes the community safety team. And our liaison with that, with working in the community in the best interest with the other authorities in the town, and also includes electoral services. And those are the three main branches of the portfolio.
Sounds like quite a wide portfolio. How do you cope?
Well, you learn very quickly. I mean, a lot of it, my background, I come from the youth council a few years ago, so I was quite involved in the youth side of it, so I guess that was quite a natural progression. I knew a lot about what the council did. Community safety, you learn very quickly, and actually electoral services is very non-party political, so actually it's very little as a portfolio holder you have to do with actual electoral services. Obviously that is a really vital point, that is non-party political, of course, that stays neutral. So even though there is a portfolio holder, the role for it is very minimal.
Looking at the pen portraits of all 33 councillors in Harlow, and I said to one of my colleagues in your Harlow, they said very few young people. Is that a problem?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I'm the youngest councillor, and when I got elected onto the cabinet last year, I was the youngest cabinet member ever in Harlow. When I got elected at 23. Actually, I was 22 when I got elected. And it is a problem. I mean, I think it's across in Harlow, and actually it's across nationally, that the representatives don't necessarily always represent the makeup of the town. It's something that I'm personally passionate about, trying to get other young people involved. But yeah, I mean, that's also why we created the role of the portfolio holder of youth and citizenship. It didn't exist until last year. Was that not only for the responsibility for the youth aspect in the council, but the main reason was so there is someone on the cabinet that every decision is considering what is the impact on young people. Have you consulted young people if it's relevant? Thinking of that way, trying to thought all the time, and making sure the youth council are involved in as many decisions as possible, because obviously they are the voice of young people in Harlow. So that's definitely something we're trying to work on at a council level, but it is difficult, and I think it is a problem.
We're talking about the practical things. I guess one of the abstract subjects is thinking about aspiration. And is that a challenge for the young person in Harlow in 2013? Is aspiration a problem or a challenge?
It can be. I think actually Harlow's turned around a lot. I mean, like, if you look at Harlow College, a few years ago, there's no question, it was a failing college. Now it's top in the country. You can't say that our Harlow young people haven't got that ability. They have. I think quite often there's a negative perception towards Harlow, which is unjust. And sometimes it actually comes from within the town. But I think it's something that's changing. I mean, with the schools, and obviously Passmore's has been a great new development in the town. With all the schools I mean, they're going up and down, but we're definitely something we're looking at. Is to make sure that our young people have got aspiration. They do believe in themselves, that they can do. But it's a challenge. But it's not something that we can't overcome. It's something that the council are doing their best to try, and it's one of our priorities to try and get there.
Do you enjoy being a councillor?
I do. I think it has its challenges. I don't know if I really knew what it would be like when I got involved, but I do. I really, really enjoy meeting different people in the community. I love my ward. I love working in my ward and meeting the different residents. That's one of the best parts of my job, actually, and if you can do something to help, it might need to be something small, but if you can actually connect them to the right person to get, councillors, we can't promise everything, we can't solve all the problems, but we can try and facilitate solutions, try and make sure that at least if they've got a problem, well, if we can't solve it, at least they're being listened to, at least they've got a response as to why it can't be solved. I think that's my favourite part of being a councillor.
Emma, thank you very much.
That's good.